So inside the cell, we are going to find this specific group of structures that are present, these cell organelles that are present there and are responsible for the main biosynthesis of protein, and also will be the one responsible for regulating every single property of the cell itself. And that will be the total complex of this nucleus, the rough endoplasmic reticulums, the smooth endoplasmic reticulums, and the Golgi apparatus. So they form a unit, that unit which has the ability to make many type of secretions, proteins, and every other kind of things that are being produced inside the cell, and is responsible for regulating all the function that actually occur inside the cell. Because to some extent every single function of that of the cell is actually mediated by the proteins, and the proteins will be synthesized only via this particular set of organelles inside the cell. So let's learn about each and every one of them. First and foremost is the nucleus, which was discovered by Robert Brown, and he saw this centralized body inside the plant cell. Well, he saw that inside the plant cell. Here is a representation given in animal cell rather. So we can see that the entire animal cell, it actually has this centralized body, which is this nucleus, and this nucleus is actually the one which is considered as the control center for the cell. So nucleus, when we see the anatomy or the ultrastructure of it, we are going to find that it is made up of a membrane covering, and then it will have this large number of this chromatin network inside, thread like structures with a centralized body of its own called the nucleolus. And then we are going to find that all this nuclear envelope is actually comprised of numerous pores, small pores that are there for many purposes. And then also there will be a matrix, a semi-solid matrix, that is actually inside this entire system. So this will form up the entire structure of the nucleus. And yes, the endoplasmic reticulum, or to be specific, the rough endoplasmic reticulum, it is found to remain associated with this structure. Now, if we go with the electron microscopic image of the same thing, we are going to find that the ultrastructure shows that it is a single membrane bound structure. The envelope is actually of one single membrane, and then we have these small pores that are actually present there, which makes up the nuclear pore, and they are numerous and discretely present throughout the entire surface. The one that is actually responsible for regulation, or actually responsible for transportation of materials across this entire structure, because the cytoplasm and the nucleus, they remain completely separated by the envelope. And so that a specific system can be maintained here, a specific environment for can be maintained here properly. And is the region where we consider that means a region we can say is like where this entire like function of the nucleus can be properly made, like properly done. And it is kept completely separate from the cytoplasm, resulting in complete isolation and also proper maintenance of the system that can be done by the envelope. This is the main purpose of the envelope. Now, talking about the pore, as I said, is just responsible for the transportation. Then we find this semi-solid center in the inside, and though it appears as a highly dotted and clustered line, but actually this entire thing is made up of numerous number of strings. And what are those, I will actually show you in a different slide. And then we are going to find this two type of stained area, means one area which appears darkly stained, and one area which actually appears less stained. The lesser stained area is what is known as the euchromatin region, and the darkly stained area is known as the heterochromatin region. See, these two area are actually the same chromatin only, the same chromatin network only. Just it is so that one area is actually less stable, or we can say like one area is actually contains a more condensed form of DNA that is than the other. means the heterochromatin being this dark area is actually much compactly coiled area than that of the euchromatin section. And definitely we can say that the process of like production of this mRNA, which is actually occurring right there, is actually something that is occurring in the uh, euchromatin section. Means this entire euchromatin section is where that active transport transcription process is actually taking place. So it is actually the zone of much more activity than that of the heterochromatin section, which doesn't show such kind of activity that much. Then we are going to have this nucleolus. The nucleolus is actually another center, and this nucleolus, it can be further like distinguished into several other sections, and it is called, like, first and foremost, this nucleolar organizing section, like region, the NOR region. So like it can be visualized mostly at the time of cell division, that the like just before the cell division we do find that this structure is actually there present, quite clear and like crystal clear. So this section is actually something that to some extent it is associated with the process of nuclear division, because the entire process of the kinetochore formation, the entire process of the the centriole, the centriole, when it pulls it towards the like one corner, so the entire centrosome area, everything is actually what is associated with this particular part. So this is actually something that we see. It is mainly in the at the end of the division of the cell, that all of them, they actually start forming this particular structure. All right. Now talking about the other portion, we have this pars granulosa and the pars fibrosa, two sections. Now the pars granulosa is actually much more granular in shape, and is actually an area where the formation of the ribosome is taking place. Ribosome, another very important organelle of the cell. It's just protein, but this protein is responsible for making up of other proteins. So this particular organelle, it is being formed right in this particular section, and we are going to find they are actually all clustered and forming this dense colored structure called the pars granulosa. The fibrosa is nothing but just nuclear fibrils which surround this nuclear organizer region, and we can say that the entire set of all the chromatin network actually arise from this NOR region. Yes, we can actually say that also, that all the chromatin network actually arise from this area, and it spreads out throughout this entire surface. You can see a trace of this rough endoplasmic reticulum is still shown there, and that is actually what makes up the structure of the nucleolus, we can say. The nucleus, the entire nucleus. Now, talking about that pore I was talking about previously, so the pore are actually this particular complex, this blue and orange complex that you are seeing in the surface. It is not just a cavity, but actually has got this protein complex. This actually is called the nuclear pore complex. Is a very selective material, means it selects all the things that are about to move across the entire membrane, means the outer cytoplasm and the inner nucleoplasm. This area, whatever material are going to get exchanged, this nuclear pore complex is going to check each and every one of them and tediously sort them out, and will allow the movement of particle across. So it will not allow everything to move across it, because unwanted material are not allowed to enter the nucleus, and also unwanted material are not sent out of the nucleus. So that way it actually maintains a proper channel. It's actually a channel protein complex, which actually maintains a very tedious scrutiny over what material are going to move across it. So this is the nuclear pore complex that is there. Now finally, talking about that chromatin network I was talking about, or the composition of the nucleus even, it is mainly DNA. Okay, the main composition of nucleus is nothing but DNA, which has got the histone proteins along with it, responsible for packaging the entire nuclear material into this small nucleosome. And this nucleosome then actually all join together, forming this chromatin network, this highly coiled chromatin network. At the time of cell division, we are going to find that this chromatin network gets further coiled, or we can say they are super coiled, and that super coiled structure is what makes up the entire chromosome that we know. So chromosome is actually a highly condensed form of the DNA molecule itself, whereas the DNA, it remains in this particular condensed form, which is known as the chromatin network, which normally is present inside the cell, in the nucleus, all the time. Keep in mind, since this DNA is responsible for carrying the genetic material, we say that DNA carries the genetic material. It is nothing but just an information of how to make a certain protein. Now, for that particular reason, always the thing that happen here is that the DNA will be studied by a set of proteins or enzymes, we can say, and will be responsible for production of a Xerox copy of a section of the DNA, that section being called the gene. So it is going to get a section, say this much section of the DNA will be studied, and a Xerox copy of it will be made, which is known as the mRNA or the messenger RNA, and that messenger RNA will then be translated further by the ribosome to make or to construct the protein, because that gene which was carrying the information of how the protein is supposed to be made, it was xeroxed, and the mRNA is now carrying the same sequence, and then we see that the ribosome, it read that sequence and make the protein. As you know, already I have said, ribosome is responsible for making of the protein. Now this entire thing, that process of it happening, you are going to study in class 11, class 12. It's in the syllabus of class 12 actually. And this actual portion is what actually goes by the process of gene expression. It is called the process of gene expression. And the place where the gene expression is taking place, DNA cannot be kept highly condensedly coiled as like this. It cannot be kept like that. That is why we are going to find the region where this particular gene expression is being carried out is actually the region where we find that the entire chromosome is comparatively loosely packed, and then that of like this particular stage. uh, this is the section that is known as the heterochromatin section, and thus this section will be the area which will be known as the euchromatin section. Means the euchromatin section is where gene expression is taking place, so DNA is loosely coiled, whereas the section where the gene expression is not taking place is definitely going to be highly coiled, condensedly coiled, and will be considered as the heterochromatin section. But the time of cell division, everything gets condensedly coiled and packed to form the chromosome. So that will be the entire discussion on the cell nucleus.